Today we're taking a look at another ASX lithium stock. This time it is Winsome Resources. The ticker on the ASX is WR1. We're going to be providing a fundamental overview of the company today, as well as performing some technical analysis in order to make some predictions on where we can expect to see Winsome Resources go in the near future. Let's take a look. I've partnered with Crypto.com to provide my viewers with an awesome opportunity to accelerate their crypto journey. Crypto.com is used by over 50 million users in 90 countries across the globe and is a leading platform for buying, selling and staking crypto. They also offer metal Visa cards with a huge range of rewards that allow you to convert and withdraw your crypto in fiat currency. Crypto.com is offering a $25 sign-up reward using my affiliate link in the description or by entering affiliate code RyanProven. How's it going, guys? Ryan here and welcome back to another ASX stock analysis video. We're looking at another lithium stock today, one that is Australian but is also based in Canada. That stock is Winsome Resources. Their ticker on the ASX is WR1 and they have had a major run in the past couple of weeks, basically tripling in value. So really exciting for existing holders, and people who are looking to potentially get into this stock are in for a treat because right now it is only sitting at the time of recording just above $110 million in market cap. So still, as many would consider, early times. It's an exploration company, obviously with the prospects of becoming a producer one day and taking advantage of the crazy lithium prices at the moment. But without further ado, let's jump into a fundamental overview of the company. Let's kick things off by looking at the different projects that WR1 holds. The two main projects that they're focused on are the Cancet project and the Adena project. Now these are basically just over 100 kilometers away from each other, so very close, and they're the main focus. So most of the funds and the capital are being allocated to exploration in these areas. But it's also worth mentioning they have three other projects: the Cermak-Clapier project, the Descelles project and the Mazarak project. But of course we want to talk about what the key projects are that this company is focusing on. So first, let's talk about the Cancet project. So they have an exploration target of 15 to 25 million tons of lithium oxide, and that is at 1 to 2%. Now, what we are seeing is some really good results from previous drilling. So in July, they had some fantastic intersections. So for example, 25.98 meters at 1.55% lithium oxide. That includes 11.28 meters at 2.45% lithium oxide, and that's only 5.72 meters from the surface. So really good stuff there, guys. And within that one as well, 4 meters at 3.89%, and that was at the 8 to 12 meter mark. So some really high grade and near surface results immediately there. They have done many other holes as well, reporting pretty similar grades, to be honest, and we're seeing that this is consistently what is drawing people to these lithium stocks. High grade, near surfaced, aka low cost, and large amounts of resources. Now we're going to get some additional results obviously starting to flow through on the Cancet project. This is where the vast majority of the cash is being allocated to, as you'd expect. But as well, they do have the Adena project, which I want to highlight. Now, they have been taking rock chip samples at the Adena location. They've showed grades of up to 4.89% lithium oxide. So as you can expect, these are some really prospective targets we are starting to see here. So to date, there have basically been 4 holes drilled. Of course, that is going to start to show results soon when the assays do come back, and it totals about 770 meters. So that is certainly something to look forward to. So what really makes this an attractive company for investors? Well, there are a few key things. Of course, Canada itself is relatively untapped when it comes to lithium, but from what we've seen across a few different exploration companies, the grades are certainly there as well as the volume. But getting the foot in the door is the main thing, and with 4 hard rock lithium projects, we're seeing that WR1 is able to do that. The grades of lithium are of course as well exceptional. They have some fantastic grades, and they're using a process called dense media separation, which, as many people know, is one of the best processes when it comes to processing lithium hard rock assets. Now, 99% of their power is also renewable. The reason this is important is because there is a massive focus, particularly in the Western world, on renewable energy, and funding projects that have, I suppose, clean energy is going to work in WR1's favor. Now, furthermore, there are also additional grants that are available for WR1 for geological exploration, and this is really to do, once again, with that green energy and lithium type space as well. Furthermore, they also have a rapid path to production, being very, very near, I suppose, infrastructure, roads, power, all that sort of stuff, as I mentioned, which makes things significantly cheaper, of course, and quicker to build. And they also have a cornerstone investment from Lithium Royalty Corporation, also known as LRC, and Jushi Group, and basically they are helping to grow adoption of EVs globally, which means, of course, lithium and tantalum, which they have tantalum as well, are in very, very high demand. We're expecting a supply deficit of these in 2023. That wraps up the fundamental overview side of today's video. It's certainly one of those companies that I think has a really good future, particularly with the massive focus on lithium and the sheer demand and supply issue that is currently being faced at this point in time. But right now, what we're going to do is jump into the chart. We're going to perform some technical analysis, have a look at the share price, and try and understand where the price of WR1 will go in the near future. So without further ado, let's take a look. Welcome into the WR1 chart, guys, and as you can see, it has been pretty crazy over the past couple of weeks. Right now we're sitting at a value of 93.5 cents, but we have gone up all the way just today for a brand new high at $1.13.5. So very, very exciting stuff there. Immediately off the bat, what I'm going to do is put in place a key point of resistance. You can see it's been touched twice, once on Tuesday and then once over here on the following Tuesday or today. Now, where is, of course, our horizontal point of support? Well, I'm going to zoom out to find that one. I'm going to grab a line, horizontal once again, and you can see it's pretty obvious. It's going to be around this point over here where we have had a breakout actually occur. This was the start of our initial run and overall our long-term support point. Right now though, you can see that 20-day moving average right now sitting right at it at about 57 cents, and the other moving averages as well crossing above that 200-day and moving rapidly upwards. Now this chart is looking, of course, very good, very volatile though, obviously, and you can see the volume certainly does show that. Now, of course, if you're in right here, awesome, you've made a bit of money already. But if you are looking to get in at this top end, just be very, very wary. What we are seeing is certainly an example of a flag pattern. So we've gone up in this sort of sense to the very, very top. It's then failed to get through this $1 and sort of 13.5 cent mark. We've come back down all the way down here. This is, I suppose, the start of our little flag itself actually forming. You can see it would look typically something like this, and immediately we have had once again another break actually occur. Now, in order to probably get a real good understanding of this, we're going to have to drill into the hourly chart just to give us a bit more data. And what you're seeing here is we had an attempted break over here at the top, But in fact, I think if we start the shuffle over here, that we can actually make some more, I suppose, accurate decisions when it comes to putting these lines in place. So yes, that breakout at the top, but then on open of today, we smashed it, broke out, which is awesome, and then closed obviously at 92.5 cents. So what's going to happen now? Well, there is one fundamental issue, I think, at this point in time, and if I go to the daily chart, you should be able to see that we, I suppose, have closed at the bottom of the daily candle. Now, that's due to the fact that we have now seen people start to take profits when we once again hit that resistance point. And that does indicate we have had just a double top right there occur, 1 and 2 tops as you can see, which is a reversal pattern, which is likely why we've dropped down to that point. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we immediately saw the, I suppose, top end of our flag pattern, which is now acting as a bit of a support point, be touched once again. That's typically what we see with breakouts. So just be wary of that on open tomorrow. Although if the momentum still is there, we should see some action, and you never know, in the next couple of days, even maybe tomorrow, see a test of that $13.5 mark once again. Let's take a look now at a few of the other indicators available to us. First and foremost, RSI, it's going to be absolutely nuts. As you can see, definitely hit that overbought range. In fact, we're sitting at it right now, which is probably one of the main drivers as well for that dip back down from our key point of resistance. Right now, I'm expecting to see maybe a bit of consolidation, hopefully drop back into the acceptable range before then movement back up to and then test that $1.13.5 mark again. MACD, I imagine this will be looking very, very nice as well. You can see, of course, the line's moving in the upwards direction. It is shallowing out a bit, but once again, I am hoping for another bit of a bounce and hopefully a swoop up of it in that sort of direction. What we don't want to see is that 12-day EMA here come down and cross below the 26-day EMA. For us, that would indicate there is a downturn that is about to occur, and of course a movement down to our support point at 56.5 cents. Right now, I think the safest bet to say is we need to see a bit of consolidation. And when I say consolidation, I would like to see consolidation between, of course, our key point up here at $1.13.5, our resistance point, and I suppose at its very lowest, our point of support down here at 56.5 cents. Ideally though, we would not be going down that low. In fact, I'd be hoping that we'd probably see something, I suppose, a little bit higher than that, maybe at about this point here at the 82-cent mark, a bit of sideways action in here before a movement back upwards when we once again do test that $13.5 mark. As we all know, this is a very hot industry and hot area at the moment, so these sort of breakouts aren't that uncommon. Now, what is the overall price prediction? Well, I think we are going to possibly see, I suppose, a test of the 82-cent mark. Overall, I think we're going to hover around this point below the $13.5 mark, and you never know, if we do break out, of course we could go higher significantly, maybe up to a $1.50, but I don't think that's likely at the moment. So my price prediction is probably aiming for about $1 over the next few days, bit of consolidation before another movement upwards. That wraps up today's analysis of Winsome Resources WR1, guys. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts as well down in the comments section. With that, guys, I'll end the video here. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.